Welcome back to the Runaround, as always brought to you by Hollybird Sports here on ESPN 1300 AM. Check out Hollybird Sports for all of your running needs at hollybirdsports.com or visit their showroom on Pulaski Highway today. Brad, we have a special guest right now.
We sure do. Laura Menyuk of the Eco Dash 5K, which is going to be happening Sunday, June 3rd at 10 o'clock a.m. at Pearlstone. Lauren, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much.
So tell us about your event.
Great. So Kayam Farm is a nonprofit farm and education center at the Pearlstone Center in Reisterstown, and we're hosting a big 5K run. It's a cross-country run around the Pearlstone Center, the farm, and the wooded area to support all the work we do in building community and teaching people about their history and their agriculture and getting people's hands in the dirt.
Tell us a little bit about the farm. I've been out there measuring the course and checking the site out, and there's a lot of things for the family to see out there.
Absolutely. So at Kayam Farm, we organically grow all kinds of healthy food for the Pearlstone Center and for our CSA, which is a community of people who buy shares in the farm, and then they get a fresh box of vegetables every week. And just for people in the Baltimore community, while offering Jewish and non-sectarian hands-on agricultural and environmental education. So we have an orchard, we have a greenhouse, we have many goats with their little baby kids who were just born. We have over 100 diverse chickens in all different colors whose eggs we collect and sell, and just a beautiful green space.
And a lot of things that runners look for besides having a nice course and a nice family atmosphere is what's going on after the race. Tell us about the barbecue.
Absolutely. Great. So first of all, we have at 11 a.m. a family scavenger hunt. So for those who are not all doing the 5K together, they can do our Farmium scavenger hunt relay around the farm. And following that, we have a barbecue. We're going to have eco art and face painting tables set up, a bike blender to make your own smoothies. The barbecue is included in the original registration fee for the run. And we're going to have a DJ playing music, kids games happening on the basketball court, and just a general happy, fun time.
And so for anybody who wants to come out and do a 5K, get off the roads a little bit, have some fun, it's a really nice course out there. And if people want to sign up, where would they go to?
Absolutely. They will go to www.ecodash.org.
And that's Sunday, June 3rd. And there's also an advertisement on runningmaryland.com. So we'll see you out there on June 3rd. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you, Rod.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And also want to mention another race that we're doing on August 26th at the McDonough School. Everybody knew Jerry Martin in this area, one of the legendary coaches at Hereford Perry Hall. He was just a great man, a great coach, and unfortunately he died last year. And at McDonough, sponsored by Adidas and Hollybird Sports, is going to be the Jerry Martin Memorial Cross Country Run on Sunday morning. So we'll have a sign up for everybody on Running Maryland at the end of this week, and consider doing it. It'll be a nice tune-up for the start of that cross-country season.
Now, for the listeners out there, those who are really looking for a real cross-country course, I sometimes forget that McDonough is a high school. Given that course, it is well-groomed. Mm-hmm. It is perfect. Hill and Dale, classic cross-country. It's tough.
Right.
But if you're looking for something different to break the monotony of the road racing season, please check it out. It's going to be a great event. I love the course.
It won't be one big event. It's going to be broken up into 4 different races: a Masters event for men and women, a female race, a male race, and then a 2-mile race for kids.
And which race will you be doing, Brad?
I'll be doing the Masters race, youngster. So, I think I'm now called a supermaster, grandmaster.
Age before beauty.
I know.
Age before beauty.
I'll be in the wheelchair race.
Anyway, a lot of races going on this past week. I know we're throwing a lot of numbers at you guys this week, but seriously, the Olympics are coming up. A lot of fast times, but let's not forget there's a lot of good road races going on in the country. Ryan, who's pretty much informally our road race correspondent, took note of some races this past week.
You know, obviously, you try and follow nationally as best you can, and over the weekend in San Francisco was the Bay to Breakers 12K. Great event, 45,000 plus people, and it's one of those participation races. People get into the costumes, and it's more of a party than a race, but still very competitive. And the women's winner from Ethiopia ran 39 minutes for 7.4 miles or so. You guys can do the math. It's very, very quick. 2 women all told were under 40 minutes. And since, the Runaround likes to check up on its alums, local favorite Christine Ramsey, who will be running the U.S. Half Marathon Championships next month in Minnesota, she was second at the Kennett Square 10K over the weekend in just a shade under 36 minutes. And of course, going out to Shanghai for the Samsung Diamond League meet, Shantae Lowe, who was featured on the Runaround, world indoor champion in the high jump. She won the high jump there, which was great.
I like that term, Runaround alumni. I'm going to start using that more often. We have a lot of good guests on this show.
We've had world champions.
You've graduated. You've been on the
record
Runaround.
Holders. I mean, you have been on the Runaround. And, a big story out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, where you might not expect a big running story to come out of. The Cellcom Green Bay, Wisconsin Marathon actually just stopped yesterday. 87 degrees was the high, the reported high, and race officials decided to just stop the race for the marathoners. Only apparently 10 people were official finishers, and they were trying desperately to keep people off the course, shutting the gates to the famous Lambeau Field. Our on-the-scene reporter Brendan Feldhausen was running, and he said it was just absolute chaos. And what do you guys think about that? I mean,
it was 90 degrees at Boston. They didn't close Boston down. So,
I mean, we are talking about Green Bay. We're talking about maybe the playoffs a few years ago when the Packers played the Giants, I believe. They actually had the teams that were practicing were actually freezing footballs because it was supposed to be like negative 25 degree weather,
right.
Freezing footballs and practicing that way. That's way.
I know they're much more used to the cold, but it does get hot sometimes. They might have thought the sun was starting to get inch closer. But, that sounds absolutely crazy to cancel.
My point is 87 degrees is, relatively speaking, a very hot temperature for Green Bay. But like you said, Boston set the tone. I mean, you do something like, you can defer till next year.
Or, because it was already happening, as the race was in progress, just let them finish. Understanding they do sign a liability. They know the race
That's the point.
is risk.
I mean, I've participated in triathlons before. When you're in the water and all of a sudden it starts lightning, they don't stop the race. You're in the water. What's going to happen anyway?
Every year at Eagle Man when it's 110 degrees and I'm out there walking along getting sunburned, I know what I was getting into.
Yeah. I don't know. I would expect to hear that, frankly.
With the way legal these days, the liability issue, I'm sure, is what came into play more than worrying about the safety of the athletes out there. If people start getting hurt, do we get sued because we didn't cancel the race? I think on the, cautionary end of everything, you got to be careful about what you're doing.
Anyway, it's neither here nor there. The race was canceled, unfortunately. We have a quick shout-out to Ken Bika, our winner today of the $25 gift certificate to Hollibird Sports. Ken, thanks for calling in. Thanks for your listenership. Anyway, please check us out, runningmaryland.com, for all your needs in the local running scene, as well as archived podcasts and videos of our show right here, The Runaround. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Follow us at Runaround ESPN. Show us what you want to hear. Drop us a line. We'll respond, we promise. Or on Facebook. Type in The Runaround on ESPN Radio. Click like. Tell us what you want to hear. You are our listeners. We want to see what you want to hear. So, until then, we'll talk to you next week.
Ba-ba-boo.